You know what? This is so sad, and I don't want to be all personal, but I did go to vote straight Democrat ticket um, at Kirby. That's actually the last time I voted there for Gary Johnson doing early voting, doing the Hillary and Trump. I didn't vote for none of those two because I'm not a big fan of Hillary. She's Trump's undercover friend and a racist. And I definitely don't vote for Trump either. I voted for Gary Johnson before I voted for what's his name, Bernie Sanders. So the last time, remember I was walking out, it was, I think it was October 2016, 2 years ago. Well, I went back there 2 Fridays ago. Not this because election was last Tuesday, and so 2 Fridays ago I went in before 7 o'clock after donating plasma, and on Kirby and what's called Kirby, not too far from NRG, Kirby and Maine, Fiesta over there. They were doing the voting, and it was a long line. I mean, I left about 9. Yeah, that's how long there. It was so long. So I met Lina Hidalgo, and I feel old because I'm 39 years old. She's 27, and this young, beautiful Latina um, came up to me while I was in line and told her. So she told me, excuse me, that she was a judge, and I told her, I said, "Tú eres linda, or eres bonita," something like that. She said, "Gracias," and she told me in Spanish, and she said that she was going if she get elected, she's going to expand the public transportation in other areas. Like for example, I used to live outside of the Houston area in the East Harris County area, and I used to have to catch the bus, walk a mile to catch the bus, should I say. And so that's the whole reason why that I voted for her, because I live in the vicinity of Houston. But before I did, when I was living with my grandparents, it it was a while. I mean, you have to walk a mile to get to your destination to go to work and everything. You miss that bus in the next hour. That's how it was. Now, early morning it was different, but in the mid, like in the, during the day, you miss that bus. You have to wait an hour to catch another bus or by a taxi or whatever. So that's the whole reason why that I can relate to that. And I want to see buses in other areas outside of the Houston area in Harris County. You know what I'm saying? So people can go to work. I remember I was trying to get a higher paid position. It was way out for Stanford, and I couldn't get it because I didn't have transportation to go to Stanford or Pasadena or any other or either Katy or whatever when I was living outside of the Houston area. Even living in the Houston area, it was hard to go. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to get a higher paid position, but and that's the reason why that I voted for her. Now, since she won, and there was 19 sisters of African American who also won the judge seat as well, and congratulations to our women of color. But I noticed, and I keep telling people who are not Hispanic, not all Hispanics stick by each other. Okay, have you anyone knows on Facebook? The coconuts, the venditos, those pochos, those strawberry picking, just like the cotton picking folks of Acme said, are attacking this Latina. They said she had no experience. She's 27 years old. Oh, so he's gonna be poor. You know what I'm saying? And they haven't. They white counterparts make fun of her Hispanic heritage. Yes, okay, y'all. This is the Jar Zimmerman types, the Yanez, the Robert Ortiz, in New York. This is the conservative Mexican. What's going on YouTube? That and Kim shit. That to bring other YouTubers. This is the mentality I've been trying to tell y'all. Y'all say about black and brown coalition. Where's that? Excuse me. The ones who attacking this Latina are the ones who caused all the race. The one that Rosa Perez talked about when Ron Rivera made fun of Michelle Obama called Planet X about how folks who hate their black ancestry. And that's why I call it out, okay? Because I'm not going to, one thing about those of African descent who do not go along with my rhetoric, okay? Which you don't have to, I don't care. When you have an argument, you always call the hypocrisy out. You don't go after, and that's one thing that I know as a debater and as a person who's very argumentative, okay? When I talk about Afro mestizo mixture, it's just like me. I don't look the typical Hispanic, but on my mother's side, and it's no joke, when I did my research on my family ancestry last 2 years ago, my fourth grandfather, one of my grandparents is a Real. It took me a while to find what type of last name is that. That's a Spanish last name. And you know about Spain having Louisiana first as European establishment before, I mean, after the Americans, of course. And the French later on came first from Canada. We started mixing with black people, Creole mixture, Native American. And I'm very proud. So it's weird that I've been speaking Spanish all this time that I know it's Hispanic. You know what I'm saying? So I do claim being African American, French, Spanish, Creole, English, other than the which I'm black, white, Native, Hispanic. Very proud of. Okay. So, but there was people who tell me, me just you don't speak Spanish. They said, well, on the contrary, I am part Hispanic, and I did check the Hispanic box on my doing an application for a job. Two races or more. Are you Hispanic? Yes. So it is what it is. Two races or more. Black, white, and American, and Hispanic. Yes, the Spanish origins in there. Okay. So anyway, very proud of my multiracial background. And the folks who deny their roots for other people, are they the one who's a self-hater? If it's in your bloodline, it's part of who you are. So if I was making fun of Hispanic people, you a Hispanic person with intelligence, not the ignorant, will say, "Excuse me, ain't your grandfather's part Hispanic or was black Hispanic, Spanish Creole?" Then you cannot be talking about your Hispanic population, whatever you really like it or not. And folks, white men don't see you as part, taking you apart. Same thing as the same argument. When a Latino person says something about African American people and their families from Latin America, okay, we all know there was no anti-miscegenation laws. There was no one-drop rules. There was a caste system, including Mexico. They include the black population. Okay, all right. Which the reason why they had a rebellion against Spain, because that caste system had the white people from Spain on top, those who white people born in Mexico, those criollos, the white Creoles, the Spanish, okay, and then you had the mixed race people, mestizos, mulattoes, and lobos, and zombos, all the different names they had for mixed race people. Then you had the bottom, the pure indigenous and the American folks, and the pure Africans at the bottom who were slaves. So and the people who participated in the Mexican War against Spain were mixed. You had the white Spaniards, you had the pure black and pure indigenous. Majority was mixed. You had the Vicente Guerrero, who's second president of Mexico, who banned slavery. That's why we have Texas Alamo. You had Jose Vasconcelos, who no, that's the one who made the Congress. Excuse me, Jose Maria Morelos y Pavon. The state of Morelos is named after his father. He was a priest. Okay, he didn't violate his vows. He did have children. And actually met two Mexican people who were last name Pavon, who are descendants of that Afro mestizo. I thought he was a mulatto. He did have indigenous background, so he's Afro mestizo. Okay, and anybody, I always tell people, if you hate African American descent, African descent, and you're Mexican and on Mexican independence, you say "Viva Morelos," you're a hypocrite. Anyway, point is, Gaspar Yanga, who was the Nat Turner of Mexico, see, they don't teach it in school, and I'm glad that I have a think outside the box mentality. I went as part of the multiracial movement. We talked about this back in the 90s. We were trying to get the multiracial category on census, how Latinos escape the one drop rule. Okay, not just Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Salvadorans, the rest. Okay, now. And I did my research, and trust me, when I wouldn't go to the club, and I was staying with my grandparents after high school, I go to the library a lot and everything. Why you always go to the library? I'm reading stuff about that matters. I used to bring a bunch of books home, okay, and sometimes I didn't get a chance to read all of them, okay. So the truth of the matter is, that's how I know. So when someone is anti-black and they're Latino, I'm gonna call out the black part of your ancestors, even if you don't look black, okay? Because I'm very educated. I'm part of the multiracial movement. We talked about this, how to attack the one drop rule and everything else. But now I used to be connected with folks from Interracial Voice back in the 1990s. Okay, now in multiracial activists are no longer a friend with the guys from multiracial activists. The guy from there who's white named America cannot stand him. We had an issue on Facebook. We got into it. It's on another subject. But the truth of the matter is, he kicked me out of his group. I didn't care about him. F him. Okay, now the cuss here, but the truth, man, is the reason why I do research, because it's educational. You have to, when you're trying to have an argument, you have to state facts, not lies, not rumors, facts. Now, as I see the people who voted for Trump, because one thing I know about the Trump campaign, the cotton picking coons and the strawberry picking Pochos coconuts coons have came out the closet. They mainly voted for Trump to attack each other. Like Diamond Silk, the two Aunt Mamas, they said this because of that the border patrols and Latinos when actually they're very uneducated and not know that the Underground Railroad was a refuge for those of African American descent, especially the black Sentinels who are black and American, who crossed the Rio Grande to get away from slavery when it was Texas, and also the reason why we had the Southwest is part of the United States because there's the white Anglo-Saxons, the one who's defending, which who their slave masters at the time, and who are also part of our ancestry because we're not pure black, was to expand their slavery in, by invading another country. There's one thing, before they talk about immigration and immigrants and illegal immigrants, always bring it up by the southwest part of Mexico because the reason why it's part of the United States because the Anglo-Saxon racist slave owners from the south, okay, I have to go there, okay, they invaded the southwest. That's the whole reason why. That's why I bashed. It was like I bashed George Lopez. I bashed Cat Williams. Y'all both uneducated. The reason why you have Latinos and African American people who are children, young people, or even adults, because their parents failed them. And not only that, they went to a white Anglo-Saxon Protestant indoctrinated school, public school district. They did not teach them the true history, talk about any history, but mostly talk about the white Anglo-Saxon male, Protestant, male dominant, domination in the United States. That's what they talk about in school and try to make the ones like heroes when they actually were not all that heroic. Actually, they were very thuggish themselves. They're slave owners and they was raping children, raping girls, raping boys, raping, on the plantation. That we got white DNA in us. When always, don't get me wrong, black and white mixture didn't always came on rape. You had on the other side of my family tree, my fourth grandfather's daughter, my third grandmother, she married a white looking quadrille who had a white mother. Y'all know, okay. My third grandfather who died in 1954, his mother was a white woman. Dad was Creole, passing white, had to marry a white woman at the time after slavery in Texas. I had white cousins, okay, on this side of the family. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't always rape, okay? But it was there because of that one drop rule in the condition of the mother ideology, okay? Now, because if the mother's a slave, you're gonna be a slave. That's the ideology. Okay, that's why they want black men to go with white women because those mixed children that come from white women will be considered free. That was the whole reason. That was the whole reason why. Now, let me get to the subject. You have coconuts, pochos, vendidos, malachistas who will portray their own raza, okay, attacking this Latina woman. This is a intelligent 27-year-old Latina woman. She chose to, just like a lot of minorities, okay, of African, Hispanic, Asian, whatever, who complain about they don't get understanding, and white liberals or conservatives don't do anything. Excuse me, step the plate and start running for office. I said it many times. I think I might even run for office. This woman here is a judge, and she won fairly. You have Hispanics, Latinos, who are pocho-minded, not all. I'm talking the ones who fit in the category. Pocho, strawberry picking, no different than African people who are cotton picking, okay? Who love their gringo master, had a nerve to attack this woman. Okay? Have a nerve. So any like African American people come, all Hispanics, no. You need to start seeing people as individuals. That's the main ones who hate African Americans who are attacking us because they want to emulate white supremacists. They don't understand, and please, I wish folks will get a clip of that movie and make a meme out of it. You remember Jennifer Lopez's character before she played Selena? She played in Mi Familia. She played a Mexican woman, even though she's New Yorican, okay? Named Maria. And Mi Familia, my family, okay? And remember when she went to the market? Remember Jacob Vargas, who played Selena's brother, also played in Friday, who played the Cholo dude who's racist in that movie, okay? Who also played in American Me and other movies, okay? He played and also played in Clueless, okay? When the character that Lisa Silverstone played in, was actually a white girl that actually played her later on because Lisa Silverstone was not in the miniseries, but Stacey Dash, who's black skin, was, okay? Playing Dion, and yeah, she's part of Mexican part. I'm talking about Stacey Dash, okay? When she was going with this Mexican American man, he played in that too. I mean, you can tell I watched a lot of TV when I was growing up. Now, when she went to Jennifer Lopez went to the market playing Maria. Remember during the Depression, the white people, racist ones, blamed Mexican Americans for the Depression, and they kicked them out of California and put the Mexico, as American citizens. This was going to happen to Pocho Coconut Coons, who think that that they're safe and at least I'm a citizen. They didn't care back in the Depression days, dude. woman, okay, if you're a female, because trust me, you were seen as not white, even they put it on paper for you to be American citizens. Okay, it wasn't for 14 Amendment as well. And then two, and three got a little bit bill. And the truth of the matter is, that was why you skate the one drop rule, because they knew about that other rule that was not native African in your bloodline, you'll be considered black. Now I'm not for the one drop rule, but I'm gonna call it like it is. Now you had you don't understand. You voted for a man in office who doesn't care about you. Just like y'all don't get the Amorosa who's dark skinned, how she got treated like trash in the White House. All you're gonna get the same treatment. You don't look like Donald Trump. Majority of Latinos from Latin do not look like Donald Trump. Yes, you have those, and yes, you have colorism, mixed race people who look white and pass, who charge of Mexico, the Dominican Republic, whatever. Okay. However, the ones you mostly see here who put white on the application, know your behind got native and black and in your family tree, even your DNA test, like George Lopez came out and showed that mess. You don't understand. You don't look like a white person, okay? And you're not gonna be treated like one. You just kissing and bootlicking white supremacists and trying to emulate them, and they use you as pit bulls to attack other folks of African American and Hispanic who don't go along with your rhetoric. When you know you're getting played, you're no different than any Baceto who's getting paid less, like a plantation slave doing slavery, picking cotton and strawberries. So, point is to attack a Latina who is there for the community, who's doing way better and have a way better intelligence than you something's wrong with you. Okay? And I call it like it is. And I know you say you're not Hispanic. Puto, puta. Sorry to go cussing here. Sí, verá, yo soy parte hispánico. Yo tengo raíz, okay? Mezclada africana and española in Louisiana, okay? So don't go there with me, okay? Point is, this woman won fair and square, and she's an intelligent, beautiful Latino woman, and you had no reason to go trash talk her like this. This is sad. Sad. But it's the coonery, y'all. This is the coonery that African American people who are blind to. Because one thing when I went to Hispanic school, I did see coons, Latino coons like this. I never forget when I was in elementary school, one of the tall Latino dudes that was friends of African American, but used also racist slurs one time. One time confronted him and his brother. I just got one of them in trouble for doing that. And I never forget, before it got very heated between him and I in 12th grade. In 11th grade, we was in math class, math and money class, and it was in 97. That's when his sister that was our teacher because the other white teacher left. And the real bright one that my dad knows with green eyes when they had a color school in the east side. He spoke Spanish, Mr. So-and-so, I'm gonna say his name, that brother. He looked like LeVar Ball. He does. He's just real brighter than him with green eyes. And very, very arrogant. He can be tough, but very arrogant brother. But when he left, that's when the sister, a little bit more my complex, but a little lighter, that came there. And she was, I love that teacher. I love her. We was cool together. We was. Anyway, I never forget the tall Latino dude that tried to look like Elvis, okay, who is from here, and the Mexican dude from Mexico. I never forget that, who hardly spoke English. And his sister, we all graduated. I met his sister. I never forget at the Puerto Rican Cuban Festival. You know, she's not Mexican. She is Mexican, but she went to Puerto Rican Cuban Festival. I'll never forget. They all related. And very shy, bro, shy Latino dude. Um, they got into it, and I didn't mean to end. I was like, get him, because I didn't stand that dude. And when the sister escorted the Chicano guy, the tall dude who's undercover racist, he referred to the Latino immigrant brother as a WEBICK, okay? And I said, huh. And I say, yeah, but it's weird if a white dude had referred him that way, it'd been a whole nother subject. And that's how I knew he was racist towards me, because we got into it and he referred me as what I'm gonna say what he said, and I cussed his ass out in Spanish. So I did. But and his brother who called me the N word, never forget, and like told a Latina woman who I'm not gonna say who's related to someone who's a politician, who that was our assistant friend. I'm not gonna say what school I went to because too much information. Ex wife to the politician. I can say who because so much deep. Okay, she got on his ass. Okay, started cutting like this, and he said, "I apologize, Sax, for what I said." His younger brother. Never forget this. Back in 97, 98. Whoo, small world. 20-something years ago, y'all. Okay. The truth of the matter is, it told me the same one that's trying to emulate white supremacy actually hate themselves. They want to be white so bad. Not only they will hate on African American people to try to fit in, they'll also hate on Latino immigrants who don't do anything to them. I mean, yes, you have Latino immigrants who will make fun of them, say they're not truly Mexican, whatever, and they're wrong. But when I call them Pocho, it's not about them lack of their Hispanic heritage or culture. I'm talking about the behavior trying to act like a white supremacist. Just like we call folks coons. When we call African American coons, we're not talking about put on blackface and well, and they might do that too if they're not that dog. But they perpetrate the stereotype that white supremacists want them to act like, and they actually kiss up to white supremacists. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Same thing with Latinos who do the same thing. So should I call George Simmons? I'll call Robert Ortiz, Coconut. Someone got mad because I said because they couldn't excuse me in that little taxi when he was arguing with the dark skinned brother. He did say his gay was his race or ethnicity. So as a joke, I call him a gay. Your ethnicity was a gay coconut. That's what I say. Not being anti-gay or anything else. He made it. He kept saying that they been screaming because I'm in the and then later on mentioned Latino and try and all stuff and it's y'all know about this little stupid situation that happened in New York and he lost his job. He got cried talking about I lost my job and I can't take care of my mother. Blah blah. Okay, yeah, they wait. No, lágrimas lloré con tu partida y seguiré esperando. No quieres seguir llorando. That's exact. Y'all know that song from DLG Dog Latin Groove. DLG, lágrimas lloré. Yeah. Ta-da. Yeah. You can tell I love Latin music regardless of the Tejano, Salsa, or whatever. I still have that CD. Anyway, they were back in the 90s, okay? Now, the truth of the matter is, that's the whole reason why because the reason why did they portray, let me say this, when I call them pocho coconuts, it's them trying to act like white supremacists and not only shit on, sorry to cuss here, against African Americans, they related to us because they have black DNA, they slave trade. More slaves went to Latin America than the United States and they mixed. We mixed too, okay? Regardless of the anti-discrimination laws, and they had the one drop rule. Well, if they had the one drop rule, they let you know that they did mix. Okay, if they didn't have one drop, we were pure black. They don't need no one drop rule, right? Let's be real. But the one drop rule is no longer law. Thank the Lord. Okay, since 1967, the Virginia case when it says unconstitutional, that's why I checked the one boxes and we're not supposed to want the racial category of the census. Now go back to the situation with Latinos. More Africans went there. Okay, to Mexico, Puerto Rico, Cuba, Dominicana, you know what I'm saying? Central America, Sudamérica, and mezclar con los blancos indinos también. And it's in su sangre, it's in their blood. You know what I'm saying? So they can't, regardless if they don't look black or not, it's what it is. Just like we have white and American in us. It's not both. That's what we are, regardless of what people see us as. It doesn't matter. Our heritage determines who we are, not what you see on the outside. Even though when the races were pure, you could do that, but when you start mixing, just because you like something, your child and your grandchildren or whoever down the line can look the opposite. That's the whole reason why I advocate multiracial. When you see my family, even though we don't look like me and family don't look like a white person, but we do have different shades, okay? Different shades, and I have cousins, different shades, okay? Different. Let's be real. You got white cousins that I found out here. You know what I'm saying? So, because they're African native, and like my actually when it comes to my siblings, me and my second older brother, we're lighter than the other two, my sister and my oldest brother. Okay, and same thing, and let's be real. So we see different shades and hair textures and eye colors. That's indication of mixed heritage. Hello, now you can be dark as on the wood, okay, like Wesley Snipes, but if your brother and sister, you have the same mom, or even you don't, if it's in the gene pool, that's the whole reason why. That's the reason why when you have kids and you're dark as on the wood, and your kids come out, it's lighter than you, a little bit lighter brown than you, that's because you have mixed DNA. It is what it is. Your kids, you might be bright as I don't know what, kids come out dark. Let's be real. Y'all stop being uneducated idiots. I'm sorry to say it like that, because you're tired of dealing with ignorant people. But the truth of the matter is in their bloodline, okay? And to sit here and shit on, sorry to cuss here, on African American people and try to emulate white supremacists, knowing that if they attack them too, is stupid. But then the next day they start attacking Latino immigrants. They think that they're better for citizenship. Excuse me, you became citizens because the one driver when it came to the Tree Guadalupe building listing as white, but then doing Jim Crow, they had signs that no Mexicans, no Negroes, or no niggas, no dogs. So to sit here and forgot about that history, forgot that times that Mexican men were lynched just like African American men. And the Ku Klux Klan used to wait by the border and to lynch Mexican people. Actually, in when they have farms, Texas what's it called? Texas Rangers who part of KK would go harass Mexicans, men and children. And you know what I'm saying, when y'all went to when you was able to go to the Mendez versus Westminster's case, you was going to white schools, y'all was made fun of speaking Spanish. You forgot about that. You forgot the time when they call you WICK word. The time I watched that movie Walk Out in California when you couldn't use the restroom, you got a reprimand, you got we talk about whippings, and y'all want paddling back. That's why I'm like, why minorities so y'all have a slave mentality? Those for punishment, but it's the white people used to whip you, but not the white kids. That's why you had to walk out. I watched that movie. You had to go behind the bushes to go piss. You forgot your history and you voted for Trump. Oh, I'm white. No, you're not. You're mixed. You mix with black, white, native. Okay, that's what it is. And just like I'm mixed with black, white, native. You know, I was classified as black. Hey, now I'm able to classify myself the way I want to be. Should be classified the way I want to. Should be classified. And yes, I do want to be acknowledged how I am my heritage, not by a white person standard. If I have African and European and Native and Hispanic origin, then classify me accurately, not by your stupid opinion, okay? Because that's what's my bloodline, and I'm very proud of being a multiracial man. This is why I get very upset with the NAACP, LULAC, NASCAR Rasa, and American Indian Movement and Asian League, Urban League of doing this mess back in 1990s, going against the multiracial category. Now you see the mess you caused. Instead of worrying about black and brown issues and black and Hispanic or black and Asian Hispanic, Native, whatever Native American, Asian, whatever issues, you neglect those issues when folks are getting killed in gangs and all other stuff, but you care about a multiracial category, come on, numbers, and look where this mess has turned. Uneducated people trying to uneducated classify themselves. But when it comes to this, you see how people, and I want folks as me as an African American and of Hispanic origin as well, to show to the world how stupid some people within both communities do not understand. There is people who are conquering the virus mess. You have people who are turning against other Latinos in their own community. And you keep saying, oh, Latinos are together. That's not true. This mostly emphasizes white people who are Republican, who do not like Lina. You have Latinos who are Republican, who hate her, who are treating her like trash. And now, if Lina's watching this, I'm the guy you saw. That was me. I'm gonna tell my business. Last 2 Fridays when we had to wait in that long line, and what I'm saying. So I had to back her up. My vote did work, even though I didn't vote. My vote for Beto did not win, and vote for Lupe Valdez didn't win. But my vote for them sisters African American who 19 judges, and also this Latino sister did work. Okay, just like when I voted for Gary Johnson, not for Hillary, and definitely not for Trump. But I voted for Kim. I forgot her name. Um, what's her name? Is it Kim? But y'all know what I'm talking about. She went against Devin Anderson. I voted for her, and she won. Okay, she won because of my vote. Okay, so understand voting does work. Sometimes you can't give your vote, but at least got something better than nothing. Okay, so to let folks know when it comes to you have folks in the Hispanic community who have self-hate issues, who want to the raza, who want to be pure Caucasian so bad that if they only go against other minorities, even minorities they're related to, okay, but against their own community, in the immigrant community, trying to defend white supremacists who hate them too. That's the sad part. Who hate them? Who when they call me N-word, even though I'm multiracial and I don't give a damn about what a white person thinks, they're not God. But she not God either if it's a female. But when I walk out the room and out the room, they call them all time WICK, SVIC, just like the N-word. Okay? and they would kiss their butt and try to win their approval. That's the idea of winning Trump. For Latinos and African Americans, they're trying to win approval when they have, and they're also trying to clout chase to get some change. Okay, y'all heard about that sister? I'm gonna be about that. Their sister clout change, like Treasure on Dr. Phil, clout change and getting the money to pay her school. It's exposed. You know what I'm saying? Trying to, cooning for Trump for some money. I told y'all that's what people are doing, getting paid by a Trump campaign. All right? But the truth of the matter is, I voted and straight Democrat, and she won. And I'm glad this Lina. I keep saying Lina Santiago. Y'all know it feels so good. Tell me that you love me. Y'all know Lina Santiago from California. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's why I keep saying Lina Santiago, because back in the 90s, there's Latina freestyle singer. Show me your love. Yeah, y'all know the song. Tell me. So, no offense, but I'm so used to saying Lina Santiago because it's a singer, okay? But it's Lina Hidalgo, okay? Okay. They names sound similar, okay? But yeah, y'all know the song. Show me that you love me. Show me on my own. Y'all remember that song? It feels so good. Yeah, if y'all grew up in the 90s, y'all remember that song, baby. I remember that song. Where, there was Lina Santiago, and you had and Angelina, release me. You gotta hold on me. Yeah, y'all remember that song? Baby, I remember them singers back in the day. Hell yeah. Anyway, shoes. I'm 39 years old. I be in my room listening to all this music, trying to make my own DJ mixtape. Shoes. I think about doing a radio station on this thing. I think I'm actually trying to have my own radio. Yeah, for real. But anyway, let's get to the subject. But the truth of the matter is, I had to make a defense of Lina Hidalgo. I was saying Santiago. Lina Hidalgo, because it's weird. When I was waiting in line, I met this young lady, and I think I seen her in a couple, publications, but I never paid attention. And she shouted out to vote for her. And then when she said public transportation outside of Houston, and I can relate because I'm originally from outside of Houston. I was born in Houston, you know what I'm saying? But outskirts of Houston, East Side, Harris County, I can relate, okay? That's why I voted for her. Not because she's Latina. And I was called, for real, when she won, it, someone thought that I was a dark Mexican. Some white person, no joke, I put my hand on the Bible, and I had, y'all know I said on another video, I said, no, I'm not, no soy Mexicano, I'm not Mexican. But I am Hispanic origin. I mean, it took me a while to do my research on Family Tree, on Answer.com, and found out one of my four grandfathers was Real on my mom's side, okay? I was telling my grandmother earlier this year on my mom's side, not the one I was raised, on my dad's side, about this, okay? I said, Grandpa Red's grandmother Anna. Well, she was, not to go detail, she was not Regia Rouse. They changed it to Real. It was Real first, but her father. Okay. Anyways, one thing I'm telling certain my business was supposed to try to doubt. I like to go extreme when I go tell the truth. Okay, so that's how I'm telling my business out. But anyway, the point is, so cool. We're talking about family issues, and I'm gonna go detail how we were talking about. Anyway, but point is, so I do acknowledge my heritage is my Hispanic heritage from Louisiana. Okay, very okay. And when I love speaking Spanish, even translating my name in Spanish. You know what I'm saying? So point is that I had to go out and let you know how this cooning goes on. And like I say, when it comes to people stereotyping, we have to break those stereotypes. That's one thing I love about this channel. That I love to do is break the stereotypes. I like to be unique. I'm already unique, and I like being honest what it is, and tell it like it is. And compared to all the other YouTubers, you have the same message and be mimicking each other. Nah, I'm original. I'm a Leo, okay? But it's sad to see some Hispanics who forgot where they came from, who not only becoming an ancestry when it comes to their roots here in the United States, to bash this Latina, to bash a 27-year-old, tell her she don't know what she's doing, she don't have experience. You gotta start somewhere. Don't we want our young people? What do you rather see? You rather see Lina Hidalgo out in the streets thugging, being hoodish, and chola, or you rather be intelligent and breaking stereotype for your own community? What do you want? Okay, because you're not gonna be no cotton picking, straw picking type heifer. Okay, that's not. There's some of y'all are like that because you have low self esteem, of who you are, and you don't want to see your own community, especially young ones, succeed. That's sad. Unless they're cooning for Trump. That's sad. But you were bootlicking and cotton picking and straw picking for Trump. No different than Diamond Silk and Jason Lee Pearson and what's the other one? Y'all, I swear, and I tell people this, white supremacy is not only from white people, it is minorities who infiltrate within, portraying stereotypes, whether it be thugs, hood rats, that mess, and then kiss up to white supremacy. I call it like it is on my channel. This woman fought fair and square, and you sit here and bash her like that. But like I say, by me voting for her, it was real issues because I can relate. Because I remember running in my asthmatic situation if I didn't make it on time to catch the bus and trying to get to from another block to another block to catch the bus when I was outside of Houston. That's the reason why. And like I say, I have to be real. Something told me that I maybe had to defend. No, for real. When I met her on that Friday, it was unexpected because that line was long. Anyone who went there to the Kirby Fiesta store, Kirby Main, South Main, right there by NRG, that was a long line. We was in the back of the building when I got there before 7 o'clock. Okay, and it was a long line. We had to wait to close to 9. I think I did, and I went shopping after I voted. That's how. Yes. So she was out there, and something told me. I don't know what it was. And she said, hello. And I said, where's Lina? I told her she was beautiful. She said, and so it's weird. And I'm on Facebook and I'm seeing this mess after she won, even though Beto didn't win and Lupe Valdez didn't win. The Latino community, really? The coons, the pocho, the cotton, the strawberry picking type mentality, like the ones in my African who will do the same damn thing. You doing this mess? And you talking about you for your raza. No, you're not. If you for your raza, you for all the other stuff, you would be for this woman here. She went to school. She had to go to school to become a judge. And she's 27 years old. That's good. It's teaching young people to reach for the top. Not to go to the streets. Not to be thugs and cholos and cholas and gangsters and hood rats. It's teaching folks. It's not only by the Hispanic community. It's by other minorities who wants to have a future at 27 years old. That's a blessing. She doing something, and you're gonna belittle her because of that. That's something wrong with y'all. And I call it like it is. But to my Latina, I voted for you, and you know that I have your back, and I don't care. Saying it's Monita mixto con sangre la española de Louisiana. Got your back 100%. Sad. Muy triste, excuse me, for people who want a bootlick of the oppressor. The same oppressor who took your land and made it a slave state. The same oppressor who called you a WBICK like an NRGR. Okay? The same oppressor that rather see you picking their strawberries and be in a higher seat in society because you ain't pure Caucasian. No matter how exotic looking you are. Due to their native and African DNA mixed since the 1600s and 1500s back in Mexico or any other part of Latin America. Sad. But here it is. I told y'all folks, there's not every Latino that hates you, my African, it's these folks attacking her. You need to look at people as individuals. Okay? Just like I defended the Latino brother, the older elder, who got abused by the big old Aunt Mama down there in Los Angeles. And she about to go back to Mexico. And I know that Mexico opened its doors once Mexico banned slavery in 1829 on September 15th by Vicente Guerrero, the second president. They opened doors. You had Mexican armies had your back, folks acclimated, saying you crossed the border in Rio Grande, so you want to go back to Massa and get all type of niggas and shit. You're going to this massacre because of some brain whitewash coconut trash. You can't see people as individuals. Just like you don't want folks to see thugs and hood rats because of ghetto trash, you got to see the same. You can't stereotype on both ends. That's how I look at people as individuals. And when I use certain words to differentiate people on an individual level. That's I advocate on my channel. Look at people as individuals, fools, tontos, whatever you are, wherever your community you're from. Truth of the matter is, Mexico opened its doors to Africans. That's why for DACA, okay? When they stole this state and made it a slave country, Republic, and then later part of the Confederacy, you had no rights, you treat less than human, okay? You had that gateway to freedom, which is the Rio Grande. In Mexico, when they found out these old Anglo racist thugs, masters, slave masters trying to kidnap you, the Mexican army had your back. That's the whole reason why I know my history. Half of you have no intelligence on your own choice to go outside of that stupid classroom that taught you a false sense of history and go read. And when I didn't have enough experience to go out and party as a teenager, and I had limited time to do that, especially when you have strict grandparents, you know what I'm saying? I went to the library and read. I was part of the multiracial movement. Undercover, I would go ahead and call it is. Talking to people, reading articles, going to research books about this. That's the whole reason why. So when I talk about the multiracial movement and multiracial identity, you talk to someone who is a professional, who read, who research, who actually have passion in this movement. That's the whole reason why. Okay? So when y'all attack me, it's the ignorant folks attacking me. Not to sound arrogant. It's called like it is, but it is. But that's the reason why I don't have no anti-Mexican mentality when I know that a country crossed the border back in the 1800s had opened its door for me to be free, and so I would not experience that trash in the United States. Okay? But when it comes to these coconut trash, these old benditos, these sellouts, okay, these just like you have cotton picking and house in words and field in words, you got the same mess in the Latino community when it comes to this trash. And you're attacking somebody who's trying to make a difference for the city and for so someone can go to work if they are not in the Houston area and be on time and stuff and have to pay a bunch of taxes and Uber and stuff and all other crap. Okay? They're bashing this woman. Doesn't mean something's wrong with their behind. Okay? Anyway, they on some type of crack cocaine called white supremacy wannabes. That's what they on. Anyway, bye-bye. Have a nice day, y'all. Adios.